So, Trump has bombed Iran. I just wanted to do a quick stream just to get my thoughts down so I could look back and see what I thought about this at the time. My friend Mark just sent me the Reuters article, I think 5 minutes ago. I made a quick short about it and then decided to do this for about 10 minutes maybe. Just talk about it. It's sad. I mean, 20 years later, I remember the war in Iraq. I was 17 when that started. I'm 37. The war in Iran is starting today, 10, 15 minutes ago. I don't know what they think they're going to get out of this. Like, we have all those military bases in the Middle East. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. I just don't know. I kind of feel like Iran wants us to get involved as much as possible. If it is a three-front war, China, Russia, Iran versus the U.S., then is this another theater that they're stretching the U.S. thin? That's not just the U.S., obviously. That Gray Zone article said, I think, what's his name? John Radcliffe, the head of the CIA. He's one of Israel's boys. It appears Trump listens more to him than he does to Tulsi Gabbard. It's just sad in Missouri. I think the planes took off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, a little south of Kansas City. You always feel like in rural Missouri, you're like, I'm in the middle of nowhere, you know? It'll be fine. And then you find out stuff like that, and it'll come to you. We started watching The Day After in class as a movie to watch at the end of the school year. And we got about 30, 45 minutes in, and you started seeing that the missile sites were right outside of Kansas City. And I was like, yeah, I don't think it's a good end of school year movie. Maybe it's part of a unit, but we didn't finish it. But yeah, I commented at Patrick Lancaster. I said, Missouri's got a lot to be proud of. We got Mark Twain, Chuck Berry, Patrick Lancaster, Tyler McConnell, maybe Nelly. It's getting hot in here. I'm going down the list pretty quick, but not proud of that one. Not proud of Truman. This is going to end horribly. There's no good way this is going to go. It's just, if you're an accelerationist, hey, speed it up, I guess. I don't know what they think this is going to do good for America. I think it's just pretty obvious that Trump couldn't not do it, evidently. You know, Netanyahu's made his list of 7 countries to invade, and Iran's the last country on the list. So, but, you know, from what I understand, Iran is 3 times as big as Ukraine. You think you're going to get to attack one thing and that's it? Are you going to bomb every place you can find underground. Somebody said you only got 20 of these bunker buster bombs. And it's going to take, sounds like it'd take 5 to get anywhere close to hitting one of these underground bases. So we're going to drop our entire payload as America on taking these out in Iran, because I know they have 4 or 5 facilities. I'm not even confident that the American government knows where they all are. If the Iranians are halfway competent, I'd imagine they could hide some stuff. You're going to kill every nuclear scientist in Iran? And then at a certain point, how is that not just terrorism at that point? You're killing scientists? I mean, well, I guess it's bombing another country. There's no rule of law involved there. Obviously not. But, you know, when I come back to look at this, I think it's fairly certain to say that this is going to expedite the downfall of the American empire even faster. But they're desperate. They don't know what else to do. Netanyahu's desperate. If he doesn't get the war he needs to stay in power, then he'll probably get ran out on a rail and on corruption charges. So this is a great distraction for him. The economy's stagnating. We're entering into stagflation. It's a great distraction for Trump, I guess. Although, I don't know. The fact that you can pull out your phone on your back porch and just talk like this, and we can all do this now, I don't think this is going to be good for their propaganda. I don't know how you're going to spin this. Tucker Carlson's going to talk crap on you, Trump. Steve Bannon, Candace Owens, a bunch of these people that were pretty instrumental on your side of the fence, they ain't buying it no more. Marjorie Taylor Greene ain't going to be your friend. What's his name? Massey? What's his name? Doug Massey? Frank Massey? Massey. Massey ain't going to be your friend. You're going to lost all the libertarians. You lost Dave Smith. Who do you got left, dude? Boomers? You putting your faith in boomers? I guess you are a boomer. You're watching Fox News and trying to be the hotshot maverick. Is that it? You tell Tucker, why don't you get a TV show and I'll listen to you? Do you know how sad that is in 2025? Those of us that are politically engaged, I ain't had cable TV since 2008. Since I figured out how to use the internet. Since you could watch video easily on a computer. That's how the boomers go out. That's what Tim Dillon say. They know they're going out, so they're going to take us all down with them, huh? Is that how it works? You're facing death, so you want to jump off the edge of the death cult? Israel, that's a good death cult. The best one I've ever seen. But, what more you gotta say? Garland Nixon's live on air. I don't even think he knows, because he started streaming like 20 minutes ago, and this news broke 15 minutes ago. So people in the chat trying to tell Garland what's going on, and I don't know if he knows yet. So that could be interesting. It's never good that this happened, but it is kind of like there's no anticipation now. We're just in it now, you know? I guess in a way it's kind of a relief that America is what you think it is. Ran by neocon crazies. And your everyday American citizen doesn't feel like they can do a whole lot about it. That's what we thought, right? Appears to be that's what it is. Appears to be that's what it is. So, you know, let's see here. No. The American flag off in the distance. God bless America, right? Does God bless America no matter what it does? Does God bless Israel no matter what it does? I don't think that's the way it works. Do you? I guess we'll see. I heard some crazy rabbi in Israel has a 2027 end times prophecy, and they have to do things that are so awful that it turns the whole world against Israel, and that'll bring about the second coming, the Messiah or whatnot. So, well, we got a year and a half? A year and a half to get there? That'll be fun. We're certainly living through interesting times. We are living through history. There's decades where nothing happens, and there's weeks where decades happen. That's where we are. Forgive us, God, for our sins. Anyone internationally that's watching this, most Americans do not want this. This is not what we want. We just don't know exactly how to stop it. We tried. We voted for the guy that seemed to, not want to do these. You can see tweets of Trump saying he didn't want any Middle Eastern wars, no more for. And yet here we are. So, all right, everybody. Well, say your prayers. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. I pray for Iran. And I'll even pray for Israel. Pray for Palestine. Pray for Trump. I'm not very happy with him right now, but let's pray for everybody, man. This ain't good. The way we're heading, this ain't good. This ain't good. This ain't good. Kamala ain't no salvation. She would have probably done it faster, I imagine. She's died in the wool. You know what I mean? We just need a third party of working class people. I went to the Mother Jones Memorial yesterday, and Mother Jones' dying wish, I think her final words was that one day labor would control the American government. And we still got a long ways to go before we get there. But I'd imagine that's the only way we're not going to get these stupid wars for real. It's when you have a government of the working class. And we don't. We got a government of Raytheon, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin. Are they still a thing? Yeah, I think so. I saw a billboard on the way to Chicago, and it flashed. It was Lockheed Martin, and it would stay like that for about 15 seconds, and then it would flash with McDonald's French fries. And then it would flash with join the army. Kind of feels like McDonald's fascism at that point. A little bit. I heard in South America sometimes they'd paint it was like an American flag and a bad squiggly symbol and a smiley face. You probably know what the squiggly symbol was. Very popular in Eastern religions. But I don't know what else to say. People are like, Americans, do something. What? The only way to do something would be to organize a party of working class that can seize political power, and we're nowhere near that. The CIA. I mean, they've taken over the CIA. They're dividing people on bathrooms and everything else. So what do you want me to do? You want me to run out in the middle of the street and rend my garments, as Walter Kern said? It will be interesting to see what Walter had to say, because they recorded their episode yesterday, and it sounded like they were going to downplay the Middle East. So if the episode drops today as we're bombing Iran, that will be an interesting irony there. But yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Ain't nothing good gonna come of it. But at least we can talk to each other through it this time and remind each other that I'm not crazy, you're not crazy. There's a handful of people up on Capitol Hill that are crazy, and a handful of rich people in a board of directors and CEO positions that are crazy. But everyday Americans ain't crazy. They ain't ever gonna get this draft going. You really want to take over Iran, you're gonna have to invade with like 10 million people, millions of soldiers, and that ain't never happening in America. So, you know, get my prison cell ready, Trump, or whoever's after you. Probably some super woke liberal, I would imagine. I ain't going to Iran. No. I'll explore the shores of Rikers Island first. And most Americans ain't either. You know, we're all drowning in debt. You know, no real hope out. I was talking to my grandparents about today. I went to visit my grandpa, and they're both in there. My grandpa's 91. I think my grandma's like 88. And they were talking about college and how they were like, they screwed over you young kids. They told you you had to do it, and now they got you in debt, and they did a number on you. And I was like, thank you for saying that. Because the boomers, the generation cheerleading this war, they just love to blame the kids. You didn't major in the right thing. You don't blame the 60-year-old Wall Street banker that's personally getting millions of 18-year-old Americans into debt slavery for their entire lives. You don't blame them. You blame the kids for picking the wrong major. Right. As Norman Finkelstein said when he went to college 50 years ago, they didn't pick a major at all because they all knew they were going to get a great job when they graduated. Didn't matter what your major was. Didn't matter if it was underwater basket weaving. Didn't make any difference. But no money for our college debt. I think you could pay off all that off of about $30 billion. No money for that. But 10 times as much for the war in the Ukraine. And I would imagine if we get out of Iran now for $300 billion, that'd be probably a good steal of a deal at this point. Money for war, but can't feed the poor, said the great Tupac. Today is just another day. We thought you were different, Trump. You fooled me. Barack Obama fooled me once on the liberal side, the Democratic side. Donald Trump fooled me once on the Republican side. So you've both fooled me twice at this point, together. So shame on me. But you won't fool me again, neither one of you. I'm done. I'm done. If there's not a party of the working class to vote for, what's the point? So you can be disappointed in 6 months when you started a new war in the Middle East, even though you promised you wouldn't. The good people surrounding you. RFK, you on board with this, RFK? Tulsi Gabbard, this is a good idea. Seem like your time's in a wreck. This is a good idea. How about you, JD? Is this what you got out of Appalachia to do? Drop some bunker busters in the Middle East in a place that Americans could not pick out on a map? It's a great use of our tax dollars. Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, sinner. Call buddy. Hug somebody you love. not always promised tomorrow. And Donald Trump, you blew it, man. You may be the president as being in the office with the power, whatever that means, but in the hearts of the people, in the hearts of the people that thought the most of you, you ain't promised tomorrow. Not politically, not morally. You lost us, man. You listened to the blue and white flag over the red, white, and blue. It's disappointing. Your legacy's done. What do they got on you, bro? That's what I want to know. What do they got on you? It looks like something big. Maybe Elon was right. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm gonna go check Garland, see if he's talked about it yet. Peace out, everybody. Try to have a good one. It seems kind of goofy now. Every plane in the sky, you're like, what is that? Ain't really a joke anymore. It ain't a joke in Iran. It ain't a joke in Iran. The ruling class's long-term game of brainwashing Christian evangelicals into doing their geopolitical interests so they can get more oil and put it on Wall Street to earn more collateral, to give more loans so the whole system doesn't collapse. Capitalist system. That's it. Build working class power, guys. If you got any ideas how to do that, let me know. Easier said than done. But sharing your thoughts with others, making you feel a little less crazy, I like to think it does something. Heighten class consciousness. This is definitely heightening the contradictions. You're good for that, Trump, if nothing else. We voted for you either to fix it or just to bring it all down. If you think this system's on its last legs, rip the Band-Aid off. It's one positive way to look at it. You're ripping the Band-Aid off, Trump. And for that, I thank you, brother. Let people see us for what we are. At least currently. We don't always have to be that. And I hope we're not. People like me and you, if we built America, I wouldn't build it like this, would you? I wouldn't. So, I think America's going to get better one boomer death at a time, unfortunately. And there's boomers I love, but the hand on the Bible, the eyes roll back in the head, we have to protect Israel. Oh. That ain't going to do it. That ain't going to do it. Just what they want. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you next time. Just want to get my thoughts down on this horribly historic day. Peace. Peace, love, and mainly war, it appears.